Hi, I'm Ashani. So, first of all, I will welcome all of you for the new class. Now you are in the Form 7. It means now you are in the second year of your advanced level classes. So, hereafter, we are going to start the Unit 3, and in the second year, you need to complete both Unit 3 and 4. But today, we are going to start the Unit 3 first chapter. Under the first chapter of Unit 3, you are going to learn about business objectives and strategies. The whole Unit 3 is about business decision and strategy. But the first chapter is business objectives and strategies. Under that chapter, you need to learn about 4 major topics. The first one is corporate objectives. The second one is theories of corporate strategies. Third one is SWOT analysis. And the last one, impact of external influences. Sometimes you may familiar with some of these words, some of these topics. But you don't need to be afraid or get confused regarding those topics because they all are very easy. And from this presentation, today I'm going to discuss about corporate objectives. Let's start the topic. The objectives of this lesson is to learning about the differences in between vision and mission statements. And also here we are trying to identify the ways of developing corporate objectives from mission statement. And finally, we are going to explore the critical appraisal of mission statement as well. So now we are going to learn about business aims. Just think about your aim. Do you have an aim in your life? Most of the time, most of the people don't have a clear aim. But as students, you should have a clear aim regarding your future. It is really important. When it comes to business, we are sometimes express this aim as vision. Not only in businesses, but also think about your school. In your school, we also have a vision. As Leeds International School, we have a vision. Do you know the vision of our school? The vision of our school is futuristic and global in outlook with religion and culture as a firm foundation, academic excellence with total personality development. So it is the vision of our school. Likewise, different companies, different business organizations, different schools, different people have different visions. Or we express it as aim and sometimes as vision. Through the aim or through the vision statement, what we are trying to show, what is the importance of that? Actually, through a vision statement, a business show what it going to achieve in the long term. Not in the short term, but in the long term. So that is why I ask you a question like, do you have a vision or do you have an aim regarding your future? It is about long term. So when we consider about the features of vision statement or aim, it is less specific than objectives. And also, it is about long term. The specialty is that it is a statement which describes things a business wants to achieve in the long term, and the other feature is it is less specific than objectives. And you need to keep in mind that aim sometimes expressed as a vision. They are similar. We discussed about the business aims, and now we are going to move to the business mission statement. What is the mission statement? What is included within a mission statement? Actually, through a mission statement, the business try to show its main purpose, why it exists, the main purposes of the business, and sometimes it reflects the goals and values. So, for an example, through a mission statement, a company may try to show the core activities such as the key commercial objectives and the markets in which they are operating and the ethics they are following and what are the values they cater for their stakeholders. Likewise, they are trying to show the core activities. The main purpose of a business is included within a mission statement. So, in a mission statement, we can identify some special features as purpose, values, standards and behavior, and the strategy as well. So let's identify what are the main features of a mission statement in an in detail manner. Here the first feature is purpose. Purpose means why the business is exist. It means why they are conducting that business. For whom? What the business does. So the answer for all these questions should be included within a clear mission statement. It means the purpose. Why a business is exist. The next feature is values. What do you mean by values? Actually, through values, they are trying to highlight the corporate values of a firm. What are the corporate values? It means the qualities of that firm, the qualities they have following, they are trying to show. Think about yourself. You are also different from your friends, and we have unique qualities, features, values. So likewise, when we consider about a business organization, they also have corporate values. What are the qualities of a company? What are the qualities that they are following? For an example, sustainability, integrity, and some of they are doing so many innovations, and some of they are always trying to maintain and provide quality products. They are maintaining quality standards. So they have different values. So these values are also shown through their mission statement. And the next one is standards and behavior. Standards and behavior show the business commitment to high standards. Most of the time, businesses are trying to maintain and follow high standards. For an example, most of the time businesses are trying to show that they are trying to follow that their behavior is really ethical. Always they are trying to do the right thing, ethical thing within the society. It is an example. So, through a mission statement, sometimes the companies are trying to show their standards and behaviors. The next one is strategy. In strategy, a business trying to show the way that they are going to achieve their main objectives. So, through a mission statement, we can identify these features. But all these features are not included within one mission statement sometimes. And sometimes they are trying to include all these features, and in some companies we cannot identify some features. But anyhow, there I'm trying to show you some important features which we should try to include in a mission statement. Okay, now we are moving to learn about development of corporate objectives. Who are the people involved with developing corporate objectives in an organization? Most of the time, corporate objectives are developed by the top management. In the top management, we can identify senior managers and directors of a company. So they involve with creating corporate objectives. And when we consider about corporate objectives, they should be specific to the company and for its history, also for its future vision. And the other most important thing is they should be fit with the previous mission statement. First, we are preparing an aim for the organization. Aim, or else we express it as vision. After that, we are preparing a mission statement. And after that, as the third step, now we are going to develop corporate objectives, so that these corporate objectives should be fit with the mission statement. In the corporate objectives, sometimes these senior managers and directors are trying to include some goals such as increase in market share, profit levels, and how they are going to improve their ethical behaviors, about how they are going to increase the efficiency and usage of resources, how they are going to economize of scale. So, likewise, they include some goals as well. The most important thing is, when preparing a corporate objective, it should be SMART. The word SMART express 5 major facts in a corporate objective. The letter S in the word SMART shows it try to express the specificness of the objective. Letter S symbolize specific and the letter M symbolize measurable. Letter A symbolize agreed. Letter R symbolize realistic. Finally, letter T symbolize time specific. You may heard this before about the smartness of a certain thing. Especially smartness of an corporate objective refer to it should be specific, measurable, agreed, realistic and time specific. Look at the example that I mentioned in this slide. To increase global market share from 10 to 13% within next 2 years. This is an corporate objective of a certain company. Their corporate objective is to increase global market share from 10 to 13% in the next 2 years. Now, think about that. Is this corporate objective is a smart one or not? First, try to identify whether it is specific or not. I have colored the word specific and letter S with the use of yellow color. And in the mission statement, in this corporate objective statement also, I have highlighted a part through yellow color. Yes, this corporate objective is specific. It clearly specifies that the corporate objective is to increase the global market share. Then is it measurable? Yeah. It is clearly mentioned that they are going to increase global market share from 10 to 13%. And agreed. The letter A symbolizes agreed. Can we agree with this? Agree means in a corporate objective, it is about the way, actually through a corporate objective, we should try to imply that we can gain the fullest contribution of each and every employee in the organization. It means everyone responsible for achieving the objective. In this objective, it is about to increase the global market share from 10 to 13% in the next 2 years. So, the support of each and every employee is essential in achieving this objective, because all of they are responsible for achieving this objective. We cannot achieve this objective as individual wise. And if they feel that all of they are responsible and all of their effort needed in achieving this objective, they feel happy and they feel they get motivated. Then they try to provide the fullest commitment in achieving this objective, so they can agree with the corporate objective. So a corporate objective should be included this feature as well, agreedness. So the next one is realistic. The letter R refer to realistic in the word smart. So it should be a realistic thing. It means it should be practical in the real world. It should be more practicable. If not, the staff, the employees and the people feel it as a lie. It's just like a fairy tale. It's just like a daydream, if not. So always we are trying to implement, we are trying to create a corporate objective where it can be implemented in a practicable manner. It should not be a daydream. It should not be a fairy tale. It should be realistic. So, to increase global market share from 10 to 13% in next 2 years is realistic for corporation, for mass scale corporation. But this is not so realistic for small scale entrepreneur. No? Most of the time it is not so practicable for a small scale entrepreneur, but it is really practicable for large scale, for mass scale corporation. So this is a corporate objective of a certain corporation, of a certain company. Okay, so this is realistic for that company if they work hard, if they work smart. And the last one, letter T, it refers to time specificness. When we are creating a corporate objective, I told that it should be smart. It means specific, measurable, agreed, realistic, and the time specific. In this corporate objective, you can see that I have highlighted the word time specific in purple color, and the last part of this sentence is also highlighted with the same color. Read the corporate objective again. Give an example. To increase global market share from 10 to 13% in the next 2 years. In the next 2 years. So it is time bounded. They are clearly shown in which period they are going to achieve this objective. So it is smart. This is a smart corporate objective where we can see all these features in one statement: specific, measurable, agreed, realistic, and time specific. All these features can be seen within the same corporate objective. So it is a smart one. And not only for businesses, but also you can create your own objective. And that should be smart. Especially as you are in the second year of your international advanced level examinations, you need to have a clear aim, clear vision, and a mission and objectives as well. So try to have all those 3 major things in your life as well: vision, mission, objectives. So it will guide you towards the correct path in achieving goals, in achieving goals in a successful manner. Now you know that general objectives come from mission statement of a business. I told you that first we are going to create a aim, or we call it as vision, and after that we are creating a mission statement, and through that we are creating corporate objectives, so general objectives. So that is why I told you that general objectives comes from mission statement of a business. So once we have established general objectives, we can move to create more specific objectives, more specific corporate objectives. They are more specific when comparing with general objectives, so that we can identify that they are as more departmental and functional. Within an organization, we can identify that there are different types of department. What are these departments? Financial department, marketing department, human resource, and research and development. Likewise, there are different departments. So they are also creating functional objectives. So it is useful for them to achieve daily goals. In creating functional objectives, most of the time, middle managers are involved with that task. Who are the middle managers? Human resource manager, financial manager, marketing manager. Likewise, they are involved with setting up functional objectives. So, the other most important thing is when setting up functional objectives, those objectives need to be aligned with one another. What do you mean by that? Aligning with one another. For an example, think that the marketing department is going to do more promotional campaigns within next 2 days. But the financial department thinking that they are going to reduce unnecessary expenses and they are not going to invest so much money on marketing campaigns. So then there is a conflict in between these two objectives and these two departments. So when creating objectives as department wise, all these objectives should be aligned with one another and they should directly support in achieving the main or the general corporate objectives as well. So, department and functional objectives are more specific when comparing with corporate objectives and more departmental and functional. The next thing is they are useful to set daily goals, and the other most important thing is they should support in achieving corporate objectives as well. Also, they are set by the middle management. And finally, we discussed that functional objectives need to be aligned with one another. In your textbook also, they have provided some example regarding how the functional objectives should be aligned with one another. Okay, we have discussed about vision, mission, corporate objectives, and developing departmental and functional objectives and all these things. So now we are moving to learn about the critical appraisal of mission statement and corporate aims. Before that, I need to highlight some special facts as well, that the vision, mission, corporate objectives and those department and functional objectives may be differ from one organization to another organization, and when it comes to a small scale, very small scale enterprise, they don't have functional or departmental objectives because they don't have for different types of departments within their businesses. For an example, in a retail business, they don't have human resource departments, financial departments, marketing department. Like us, they don't have functional departments, but they can have a vision and a mission, and also some objectives. So likewise, it may differ from one organization to another organization with their scale, with the type of their business, and according to their industries, according to the product services that they cater. So there are differences in between small and large firms as well. So now I'm going to highlight the critical appraisal of mission statement and corporate aims. Actually, when it comes to real world, that most of the time people are telling that some of the mission statements and corporate aims of some organizations are not realistic. They may complaining, they may arguing that they are little unrealistic and too optimistic. If they are little unrealistic and too optimistic, people are not willing to accept, not willing to believe about the existence of that companies, that organizations. And sometimes stakeholders see it as a marketing tool or a slogan. They may think that they just create these mission and corporate terms in order to show off, they may use it as a marketing tool. They are not practicable, not so realistic, too much optimistic. So they are using that mission as a marketing tool. Some stakeholders may think like that about some mission and corporate aims of some business organizations. Not all, not each and every business organization, but some business organizations. And sometimes the mission statements may not appropriate with the real behavior of a business. For an example, a company with a mission statement include respect and honest would not be support. There were reports of frauds in a business. It is mentioned in your textbook in the page 6 that if a business is well known or well famous for doing fraud activities or doing bad, not ethical activities, but their mission statement is totally compatible with ethical behavior. So they are not appropriating. They are not tally with each thing. It means they are trying to show that they are very ethical through mission statement, but in the real world they are doing fraud activities. And sometimes we can see the unbalance of appeal of some of these objectives in between customers and shareholders. In your textbook, in the page number 6, they mention that in some corporate websites that we may find objectives relating to corporate social responsibilities and ethical behaviors and sustainable business growth. Yeah, we can find such facts in some companies. So, however, business need to consider the balance in between in appealing some of these objectives to their customers as well. They need to consider about CSR activities also, but on the other hand, they need to think about the customers. There should be a balance in between all these things, and not only customers but also the shareholders as well. So this is especially true if organizations are not achieving a profit for shareholders. So that the unbalance of appeal of some of these objectives in between customers and shareholders also another fact where they are critically appraisal in regarding about the mission statement and corporate aims. So the unrealisticness, optimisticness, and if stakeholders see it as a marketing tool, and the not appropriateness, the unbalance of appeal of some of these objectives in between customers and shareholders, all these things are facts where they show in critically appraisal of mission statement and corporate aims. So today we learn about corporate objectives, and we discuss about the aim or the vision of organization and the mission statements, and how we are going to develop corporate objectives. Also, after creating general or corporate objectives, how the department and functional objectives implement, how they are going to create the features of department and functional objectives. And finally, we did a critical appraisal of mission statement and corporate aim as well. So at the end, now I'm going to give you an exam practice case study regarding this lesson, so then you can write answers and you can try to improve your knowledge and your writing skills for these by answering for these questions in this case study. In this case study here, they provided 4 major questions, and this case study is regarding Lego corporate objectives. It's a world largest toy manufacturing company. So it is about their corporate objectives, and in the first question you need to define the term of corporate objective, and the next question you need to explain some reasons regarding especially they are asking explain one reason Lego might have for setting an objective to achieve 100% renewable energy by in the year 2020. So they allocate 4 marks for that. And when answering questions in a case study, you need to consider about both marks and as well as the commanding word. Especially if they are asking you to explain something, you need to demonstrate your knowledge and understanding of terms, concept, theories which you learn in that lesson, and you need to apply that knowledge for the case study. And finally you need to do an analysis regarding that business issue. And if they are asking to assess something, then you need to do an evaluation as well regarding the evidence given in the case study. So when you are answering for a case study, first read the questions carefully, pay your attention toward the commanding words and the marks as well. After that, read the case study carefully and use a pencil and underline the important facts which are useful in writing answers for these questions. For an example, when you read the third paragraph of the case study, you may find some facts which are useful in answering for the question number 4. So then you can underline those important sentences and put the number 4. Then when you are going to write answers for the question number 4, you can directly use those facts because now you have already underlined the important facts in that case study which is related to question number 4. So likewise, first read the question carefully. First begin from the questions. Read the questions carefully and think about the marks allocation and the commanding word, especially commanding word. And after that, read the case study carefully because there are some facts they are not directly highlighting within the case study. Sometimes they are included within the case study in an indirect manner. So you need to clearly read the case study 2-3 times. First, before reading the case study, read the questions carefully and try to write the answers for Lego corporate objectives case study. And this is about your lesson. Now you can answer for these questions. I hope you will enjoy this lesson and improve your knowledge regarding corporate objectives. So, thank you so much for your active participation. I hope you will be able to write all the answers for the previous case study as well, and we will meet with the next lesson from the next video. Thank you.